Hello, everybody. Raise your hand if you've ever let a delicious hot dinner get ice cold because you were too busy searching for a specific show to watch. Have you ever let a delicious grilled cheese sandwich turn into a hard brick because the Wi Fi was down and you can't eat without something to watch? Have you ever dropped food on the floor or let something burn because you couldn't take your eyes away from a screen? As a full time student, ABA therapist, and a father who also tries to maintain a social life, I understand the challenges of trying to refrain from grabbing my phone every single time a notification pops. I want to stay up to date, and for as long as I can remember, I've always been a multitasker. What could be wrong with staying up to date with social media while also enjoying a nice little snack? I didn't realize it was an issue until that little snack ended up becoming a whole bag of Takis because I didn't realize that I was becoming full due to being distracted by doom scrolling. I was quick to blame the food I was eating until I began to look for the third variable, my phone. I realized that I didn't truly have the desire to eat unless I had a screen in front of my face. Depending on screens to entertain us while we eat has become a habit for many people in the 21st century. Due to excessive weight gain plaguing America, it's time to ask ourselves, is this a habit or a digital dependency trap? Scrolling or staring mindlessly at a TV screen while we eat distracts us from thinking about the number of calories we consume. Not only do we get distracted, but we also actually forget that we've eaten, which results in immense cravings later in the day. A massive global study published in March 2026 by researchers at King's College in London analyzed over 52,000 young adults to prove that heavy phone usage results in significantly higher rates of uncontrolled eating and emotional snacking. This ties into a broader psychological phenomenon known as digestive amnesia. Digestive amnesia occurs when we become hyperfixated on the media being consumed, that we fail to remember that we just ate. This is dangerous when consuming high fat, salty snacks that raise our blood pressure and cause diabetes, and many other health concerns. It may seem crazy to think that we could just forget what we ate immediately after eating, but when we're distracted by screens, our brains begin to enter an autopilot stage, and at times it begins to feel like a challenge to even want to watch TV without a snack. Are we enjoying this program or are we eating? What are we doing? When we enter this autopilot stage, due to these fast paced tempo of scrolling on social media or watching modern television programs, often we ignore the signals our bodies are trying to send to tell us that we're full because we're distracted by the screen. A study in the peer-reviewed journal Appetite, posted in February of 2025, has highlighted the fact that adults consume up to 25% more calories per meal while in this autopilot stage, caused by staring at screens. We eat more because it takes 20 minutes for our stomach to send the signals to our brain to tell us that we're full. During these 20 minutes, we're completely immersed in media consumption that we basically ignore these signals that our brain is trying to send. And while in this autopilot stage, we tend to not even look down at the food we're eating to enjoy it or even take a minute to just let ourselves digest because we're not in the moment. We're barely even living when we're just a slave to our screens. Now that we understand the harm of consistently staring at our screens while eating, let's find a solution to break our digital dependency and enjoy our foods without absolutely needing to stare at a screen while we indulge. We'll break this cycle by challenging ourselves. We'll call this challenge the silent meal. We'll start this silent meal challenge by turning off all screens before eating. It would be best if we ate this meal outside. Let's be mindful of every flavor hitting our taste buds. Let's listen to the sounds the trees make as they blow in the wind. And let's see if we can spot any birds or insects while we take a moment to ourselves. Oh, look, it's a red-tailed hawk. Let's just take a time to ourselves. Let's do it right now. Feels good, doesn't it? Let's slow down. Now, the clinical nutritional guidelines published by the Ritteren Nutritional Clinic in 2022 states that when we're mindful about the foods we eat, we get to enjoy our foods so much more. Since we're not distracted by flashing screens and notifications popping, we're able to enjoy every complex flavor and recognize that we are, in fact, full. This time taken to enjoy our food also provides us with time to self-reflect on our accomplishments, as well as providing us with the time to consider our future goals that we plan to tackle. When we slow down, not only do we get to enjoy what we eat in a different light, but we also get time to sit with our own thoughts. Something that is not often tangible in our fast-paced modern society. Now that we understand the risks of needing a screen to enjoy our food, are you willing to make a change? Are you ready to experience foods in a whole new light? Are you ready to become mindful of yourself and your surroundings and reconnect with the world around you? Sure, sitting in front of a TV with a bowl of popcorn is a fantastic way to decompress. But allowing yourself to switch up your routine is a great way to reduce overconsumption, get in touch with your senses, and truly take time to yourself. Our phones don't always need to be our dinner date. Let's reconnect. Let's find the time to connect with one another outside of the digital world. Thank you so much for your time. I'll get a round of applause.